are here at the Kopanong Hotel in Benoni, where we are celebrating 3 years of implementation of this climate change education project in a kick symposium by bringing together all the multi-sectoral stakeholders from government to school leadership and teachers. We're engaging in conversation, we're sharing learning. It's very dynamic and we can't wait to share the outcomes.
Flanders is investing in a climate change adaptation and a green economy in South Africa because of course the world is being hit quite hard by climate change. As we've seen in the recent floods in KwaZulu-Natal or the drought that has hit Eastern Cape. Why is it important to invest in climate change education? Of course, is to create awareness amongst the youth about what are the challenges of climate change and how can they adapt to it in the future and what are the measures they can take to mitigate against the continuing climate change in the world.
Climate change is very important because, as you can see, there's a lot that is already changing in our environment, but it's a new concept at the same time. Not many people know about it. Certainly the teachers that we are having currently in our system were not trained on climate change education. So we do need to bring them on board and train them up on this new concept that has come up since their last training. So it is important that we train teachers, but at the same time making sure that the teachers actually have the skills to train not only their learners but the community as large.
To be here is very, very important for me because I gained a lot of information and also we are sharing lots of information about climate change, and I will take this back to my school and also I will share this with my PLCs.
For me, the highlight for this workshop was to see practitioners in this community of practice who are coming from across the human capital development pipeline, sharing their experiences and good practice.
I think I wanted to share that we're all part of a much bigger system of transformation and transitioning, and that within that there's a very important role for education, and that role for education is not narrow, and we need to think about it as being integral to the kind of transformed education that we would like to see in future, and that environment and sustainability, climate change education is an integral dimension of quality education.
So we just came out of a workshop now where different universities were presenting their research. What the university are saying is that teachers are saying that if they are to teach something like climate change, they need the support of their principals, they need the support of the leadership of the schools. Secondly, it's important that the school does not become an island, but there is cross-learning across different schools, there's cross-learning across different provinces as well, So it is important that climate change education also introduces resources, because it being a new subject, teachers don't have materials to teach it. So they actually need resources so that they can strengthen their teaching in it.
For me, the takeaway has been a positive change, especially from the educators and the school principals who were part of the symposium, who are doing wonderful work in the area of the environment. We have seen, in some schools where they have planted trees, where previously the area was paved. We've seen collaboration between the schools, the school governing bodies, as well as students from a neighboring university. It's also been helpful to learn about the fact that food security, the concept of food security is being inculcated amongst the learners. So learners are being encouraged to plant their own food. Learners are being encouraged to keep their environment clean, and they are having fun while they are learning. And most of all, it's been enlightening to see the different government departments, different non-governmental organizations, research institutions, as well as universities working together for a common goal.
We are very pleased with the results of the Keep It Cool project implemented by the VVOB, and of course we hope that this project is going to be picked up via the government of South Africa so it can be institutionalized and continue.
We can't try to have impact only on one level. All of these levels, there needs to be change so that we can see climate change education actually taking place in schools.
My key message in my presentation was to say that through Fundisa for Change and also KIC, their initiatives were able to make me to be more confident in integrating climate change in my teaching and learning.
It is important to bring all these stakeholders together so they can discuss climate change, what it means to them, how they use it in the network. For example, the Department of Basic Education obviously should include climate change in the curriculum, update the climate change information, which is important for our children to know, so because they will live in the world of tomorrow, hopefully with less impact of the climate.